Just before we start, this Vernee Mars review was made in collaboration with Steven from Techmagnet. We've spent quite a bit of time testing the Vernee Mars out, and make sure to check his channel out by clicking a video card or checking out the video description.
The Vernee Mars is one of the best looking China phones I've seen in the last months. The phone ships with all the usual items that come with any device, like a charger, a cable and as well the manual. The phone is only 7.6mm thick and its full aluminum body looks stunning. The build quality is really top notch. A rounded aluminum shell combined with 2.5D glass just feels awesome. The buttons are made out of metal too and they don't rattle. And also we have a Sony-like fingerprint scanner that's placed right under the power button. Even though it claims to be a bezel-less phone, there is a visible but very small bezel on the outer side of the display. The display is 1080p and I have to say it looks very good. It could be a bit brighter, the color shifting could be less visible, but the boosted colors look really nice. The phone comes with softer buttons, even though there would be enough space for capacitive touch buttons. The top features all the usual things, but also one tiny blue notification LED next right to the good sounding earpiece. The phone is dual SIM and the SIM card slot is placed on the left side of the frame. As always, you can choose between two SIMs or one SIM and one microSD. Even though it's so slim, it still comes with a headphone jack at the top with good quality audio output, but the camera lens on the backside stands out a bit. Right next to the lens there's also the dual LED flash that helps at night. At the bottom we can find a single speaker, the microphone and the USB Type-C port, which is unfortunately just USB 2.0. The loudspeaker sound quality does not really impress. Although the speaker has a decent volume output, the sound is really tinny and flat.
When it comes to hardware, the phone ships with an octa-core MediaTek Helio P10 chip with a clock speed of 2.0 GHz, 4 GB of RAM and 32 GB of expandable storage. Well, I've never been a huge fan of Helio P10 chips when it comes to gaming, and the Vernee Mars is no exception. You should expect quite a few skipped frames and stutter if you play games like Asphalt 8 on the highest graphics. On the other hand, playing this game on medium graphics is much better and you may have some enjoyable gaming experience. The device ships with a pretty much stock-looking Android 6.0. There are not too many features to talk about, except for the fact that there are some customization options, like the ability to switch the position of the on-screen navigation buttons. Most importantly, I didn't have any issues with the phone's daily performance, even after installing quite a few apps, and I would say that the Vernee Mars is a pretty fast performer. The fingerprint scanner is pretty accurate and it can unlock the phone 8 out of 10 times. Also can unlock your phone straight from the standby mode.
The camera is okay, but they do not impress. The rear camera is based on a Sony IMX258 with 13 megapixels and face detection autofocus. It's basically the same like in the Xiaomi Redmi Pro, here with f2.0. You can get the full 30 megapixels in 4:3 and 16:9, and if there's enough light, the camera gets you some okay looking pictures. Still, the colors are a bit washed out, sometimes underexposed. There could be definitely more detail and sharpness and they need some post editing, but for occasional pictures it's okay. The front facing camera could be way more wide angle, have more details and sharpness. Especially at night, pictures looked very bad. Even though it was not so dark, the phone just captured very noisy pictures. Regarding videos, we have 1080p on the back and 720p on the front side. To be honest, the video quality is not very good, especially under low light conditions. The colors could be better, the footage could be sharper, the audio quality is kinda bad and there is no continuous autofocus.
This is a collaboration video with Steven from Techmagnet and currently we are testing out the Vernee Mars smartphone. It's a pretty nice looking, well-built device with all metal built. Pretty sharp and nice display, fast day-to-day performance, but if you want to learn more about this phone, continue watching this video. Currently I'm shooting with a Vernee Mars smartphone. I'm shooting in 1080p. It's a pretty cloudy day, so not the best lighting conditions for the camera test. And this is handle footage, as always trying to hold the phone as steady as possible.
When it comes to connectivity, I didn't have any issues with the signal reception. Also, the Wi-Fi and call quality are pretty good. The GPS signal may not be the best, but it may get the job done most of the times.
3000 mAh in a phone that slim, that sounds really decent, and yes, the battery life is not bad at all. I got around 4 to 5 hours screen on time, which is enough for one day of my use, but for some people, even more, like Linus got 5 to 6 hours screen on time. Charging the phone from 0 to 100 takes around 2 hours with the included fast charger that supports MediaTek's Pump Express.
The Vernee Mars is yet another sub $200 phone from China that aims to bring a lot of value to the table. Well, I have to say that it succeeds in quite a few ways, since the device has a premium all-metal design, excellent build quality, and a nice and sharp display. Also, the Vernee Mars is a pretty fast performer when it comes to the day-to-day use, and the battery life is pretty good. However, the camera department is where the phone struggles. Sure, you can take some decent looking daylight images, but the camera falls short in lower lit or more challenging situations like cloudy days. In addition, you have to know that the Helio P10 chip allows you to play the latest 3D games only on medium graphics. At the end of the day, the Vernee Mars is still a pretty solid smartphone for the price, but you have to consider if the previously mentioned shortcomings are important to you or not. It was Linus, thanks for watching, and as always, if you have any questions, please drop me a comment down below. Also, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and follow TechLineHD on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. See you in the next video soon.